So hello guys, today we are going to create a to-do app in React.js. As you can see, this is the app that we will create it. Here you will just enter to-dos and hit add. It will add it to the to-do list. Now if you wanted to update the to-do, just click on update. Here just to-do updated. Press OK. Now the to-do is updated. Now you want to delete any to do, now just hit it delete and it will be deleted. So it's also works on enter. Just again write to do and press enter, not the add button. It will be added. So if you want to delete all, press all. It will show you, do you want to delete all to dos? Then you press OK and all to dos are deleted. Now this is the app that we created, so let's get started. So I just cancel the server, and now this is the folder that I created. Inside this folder just write cmd, and now we will create our React app. Inside this folder just write npx create -react -app and to do app, the name of the app. Hit enter. So now the project is creating. It will take time. I will just pause the video till then until it's created. So welcome back guys. Now as you can see, the project to do app is been created. Now we come inside the cd to do app and now we also come inside the folder, and it is the file that he has created. Now we will use npm start. Hit enter. Now the server is starting. And will be a by default. Here it is our previous one. Let's just close it for a little while. Now what we wanted to use? We wanted to use material UI inside our to-do app. So we just write material UI and just click on this link. Now let's get started. Now here is the first line, npm I material UI core. Just copy this line, Control C. Now this is the by default our React project. So what we wanted to use is material UI. Just come inside the terminal. Now we will stop the development server by using Control C. The server is stopped. Now we will install material UI. Just press Control B. Now hit enter. It's installing. And we also wanted to use material UI icons. Now come here. Here, this is the material UI icons, which is in npm. If you're using yarn, you can use yarn. I'm using npm right now. So when it finish, I will also use this. Control V. Enter. Now we wanted to use text field and buttons from material UI. Now when it finished, we just start the development server. Until we come here, when it finished, we will just start VS Code. Now it finished, and now we have to start VS Code. Inside this directory, just write code space dot. The VS Code is open. Yes, just make it a little big. Come inside the src, come inside the app is the main file which we will do all the changes. Just delete all this, we don't want it. Just also remove this class. We also don't want this by default logo. Yes, now just come here and see, there will be nothing. We start the server. Oh no, we don't start the server. npm start. Now the server is starting again. Here it's started again. Here you will see a blank page because there is nothing inside the app. So come in the material UI. Now what we need text field and buttons. Just come inside the components here. Now it will give you a text field. Here this is the text field, just click on it, text field. It will be loading. Yes, now here just press show full source code. Click here, it will give you the source code. Now we are in the tabs text field. Here is the text field. Now there are the text fields. What we want, show full source code. Now we just copy this text field, come inside the project, and we will write text field. We also wanted to import React, and we will also use state. So we already defined use state from React. Now we also want material UI buttons. Now come inside the button. Where are the buttons? Here it is, just click on it. Now there is a primary button, just click full source code, just copy this button part, go inside this, hit enter, just paste it. Now let's start coding here. First of all, we need an array to store our all to-dos. So just make a const to-dos, set to-dos, just make it capital T, equal to use state. Inside this use state, just pass a to-do app with Firebase. The next video will be on how to connect your to-do app with Firebase. Now it will be a by default to-do, that's why we don't want to give it empty. Now we also define another const text, that we write text, set text, sorry, use state, just keep in null. Now what we want to do, we will just define a function of add to do, const add here. This is the add to do, just copy paste it and just paste it. Update, this will be our update one. After this update one, there will be one more which will be delete a single to do, and the fourth one will be delete all. Just give him them comments so you can easily know what we are doing. Update, delete, delete all. So now what do you wanted to do? We just wanted to show our to-dos. Now we will use map. Here these are the to-dos. Now sorry, this is the text. So in here we will give the input, and this input will be stored in this to-do here. So just write the function to-dos.map. We will just loop through this to-dos, this to-do, so that our to-dos can be rendered on here. To-dos.map. Inside the map we will define our data, and I is the index of our to-do. Sorry, there will be one more. Sorry, inside this map there will be a data and I. Now this will be closed, and here now press enter. Now just describe a p tag. Inside that p tag we will define our index. The index is I, so we will just write I, and just write a dot, and the second is our data. Now these to-dos, now already it will show us a to-do app with Firebase. Now let's see. Can find index.js. So there are some errors. Now let's fix these errors. Come in here. Here we will write return. Now in here we will write react. The react is capital. You don't need to write it capital, just write it small. In here there are brackets. So let's see, is this rendering? Yes, it's working. Now just hardcode one more to do here. Just give comma Firebase CRUD operations. Now let's see, is it? Yes, the second one is also rendering. So come here, the index is just like, don't start with 0, we want index to start with 1. So what we do, we just add 1 here, plus 1. Now what will happen, see here how clean it is. Now what we'll do, we will first make header of to do app. Now just come here, hit some enter in here, just we will give him a h1 tag. Inside this h1, let's give him a class name. This class name, give a standard class name, to do underscore header. Now inside this header just write to do app. Now come inside the app.css, and there are some by default codes that Facebook give us, just delete all of them. Now write your fresh code. So I already have some css of header, so I come to this project and write, these are some by default. First of all, we just remove the margin here, we just remove the margin here. So as you can see, the margin is removed. Now what we will do, we again come here and now just copy this header. I will also describe the, so look how clean it is, guys. Now what the font family is Ubuntu, the color is white, the text shadow, so okay, the font size 35. It is inside h1, so we also give him a font size to make a more. Now this is a gradient, basically we give 3 colors, here is one, here is second, and here is the third color. And it is the height, it is the border, margin bottom which is 25, padding from all 4 sides, and box shadow. So look how clean it is. Now guys, what do we need? We need a paper. Paper is a type of elevation. So here just search in material UI, just come and search for paper. No, we just write directly paper. Here it is, paper. Now these are the paper. The first one is this, the second one is this, and the third one is this. Now come here, show full source code, just copy this paper. Yeah, just paste it. Now the paper is also done. Now just we will work on the input field. Now just create a form so that if we will hit enter, it will also submit our to do app. So just write a form. Inside this form we will use this paper, that's we imported it. Just copy this paper, come inside, closing paper, inside this paper just give them an elevation, means a border radius. Elevation, the maximum elevation is 20. Now also give him a class name, add to do underscore to do. Now inside this elevation just give a text field. So this is a text field. Just copy this text field, put braces and paste it here. We will also copy text field. Now give a class to the text field inside. Class field text field. So we can style it. Give him a label. Label of enter to do's. And giving us some errors. Yes. We just wanted to close it. Now let's see what is rendering. Yes, it is, something is coming. So again go inside, now we want to show the value text, and we also wanted to pass a function on it. When it change, on change, just trigger an event which is e, and set the text which is e dot target dot value. Now we also wanted to give him some additional things. The first thing that we want to give text field is the max length of the text field will be, no, not right now, we will give it later when we build the whole app. So at the end we will just give the breaks, so anything will be start will become in the next line. Also one more break. Now after giving break we will just use buttons that we imported from material UI. Just copy these buttons here. This is the button opening tag and this is the button closing tag. Now inside this button we just wanted to give button a type of submit. Now we will give a variant. Variant means which type of button you want. Variant should be contained. And the color that we want to give is primary. And when this button will be clicked, what will happen? just add. So guys, remember the button, we will also pass function click because button always click, but in the text field the text always change and button always click. So when the button click, we wanted to add the to do, so in here we just write add. Okay, now again what we'll do, we want another button to delete all the to do's. Just come into this line, just press Ctrl C. Now go down and press Ctrl V, and now we don't want this type submit because we want a delete button. Just delete all, give him a capital, delete all. Also change the function of delete all. Give him a format document, so the document is formatted. Now we wanted to give some CSS to our text field so it looks cool. Now we come here in the previous project, there are some CSS, just copy this CSS, paste it inside the CSS. So what we're doing here, we just inside add to do, we give a margin, we just give a margin of, the margin is, the first one is top, the second one is right, the third one is bottom, and the last one is left. It is again top, right, bottom, left. Now go inside the add to do and go inside the dot text field class, give him a width of 500 pixels of width, and go inside the add to do, go inside buttons. Here you can see, come here, so this is the add to do, go inside the add to do. Here the all work of add to do. Now here the text field, go inside the add to do and inside the text field add to do text field. Now again add to do and both the buttons, add to do buttons, width of 20 and margin. Now let's see what ended. So wow, so right now it's loading, we don't want to load it, so we will use a prevent default. First we will style these things a little bit so it looks a little bit good. So now come back to our codes. So we will also give some paper elevation to our codes. I want to give him an elevation of 4. Now what we want buttons, so we just create div, so there is a div. Now what we do, we just click in here, just press Ctrl C, come here, press Ctrl V. Now again we will press Ctrl V. Now the first button will be our, when the button is clicked, just remove this, we don't want this. Just date. Now in here what we want, is delete. Update, delete. Now when the update is pressed, just trigger an event. What will be the event? Update. This function will be an update, and when it updates, just pass this I index, which is the to-do's index number, which is starting with 0. So here we will use this I. Now we just do the same for delete. Just run this function delete, and also pass this I whenever the click. Now come to the CSS, and we will just style a little bit of all of these things. Now I already have a CSS of paper. This is a to-do rendering, just the to-do rendering class. Right now we just wanted to change the class to-do rendering. In here there is just remove this because we copy pasted. Remove it. This is to-do rendering. Now in to-do rendering, which is paper, display flex, which is in line, align item central, justify content, space between, give them space, all of them, margin of top, right, bottom and left, and padding from all four sides is 10 pixels. Now second thing, go inside it to do rendering, inside P. In here go inside the to do rendering. Here the class is to do rendering, and inside this P, and what do you want it? Font family of Ubuntu, font weight and text transform capitalize. Now here again what we are doing, go for these buttons and this div, go inside this to do rendering, inside this div, inside the buttons, give him a width of 150 pixels of button, margin 5 from all four sides of button, and align items right. So we will do a little bit format document to be more better. Now let's see the output. Here it is. Wow. Now we will do some functionalities. How to add it to do. Now what we do, guys, in here on change we pass this E, so we will use this E in here when adding, and we, as I already told you, we don't want our page to be reload, so we will use E dot prevent default. It is a function to stop the reloading. Now we wanted to set our to-dos. Now here what we'll use a logic of spread operators. In internet you will also find it from the name 3 dots, dot 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 to-dos. This is the previous to-do which has all these two records. Now inside this to-do previous we will add one more record, which is this text, which is we entering, sorry, inside this array. Now let's see, is it working? So to do this. Wow, hello. Just press enter. Oh wow, it's working. So right now guys, here you can see the hello is already, when I press enter it is add to the to do, but it don't remove. So to remove it we will use set text, which should be empty. Just format a little bit. It will be, wow. Now what we want to update our to-dos. So in here we want to update our to-dos. So in here we are receiving the I inside this update function, which is the index of to-do. Now here we will receive this I, and inside this I we will just use modify to do and pass a prompt. Inside this prompt I will use enter new to do comma to do and index number. Sorry, to do so is in the I number. So when I use this, it will give us the record which is already in this index number. So go inside it to do, and inside here if it is 0, then it will give me this record. If this is 1, it will give me this record, and so on. So using I, let's see. Prompt is capital. Yeah, I make the prompt so it's small. Yes. So now hello again, add, now update. Wow, the hello is here. Okay, now again press update. Wow, this to do Firebase is here. Okay, come inside the project again. Now what we wanted to use, we wanted to update our to-dos. Come inside the index that we give, and inside this index number just put the modify to do. Now in the second line we will again do the same thing of spread operators, to-dos, just shows the to-dos of update. So I think that's it. Let's see, is it working? Just press a reload. Update. Hello. Okay, yeah, it's updating. So now how to delete to-dos. The delete is also just like the update. Now in here we will just, there is an index I, we will just receive this I in here, which is the index number again. Now just remove this and we will write to-dos.splice. Splice is a method of slicing array. Now we want to delete a particular items to-dos. So from this index number which is I, remove from index number from 0 to 1. So 1 will not be deleted. If for example there is a record of 2, and here it will come the 2, and the 2 record will be deleted, and we just want to delete the 1 record, so there is 1. Now again we will use the same thing, set to do's. Now let's see, is it working? Yes, it's working. Now the remaining is delete all. Now just write set to do to an empty array. Delete all. Let's see, reload it. To do completed. Enter. Delete all. Wow. Now we will add some extra functionality. So as you can see, it's also entering the empty seed, so we don't want it to be enter the empty to do. So there is a trick that I learned, I will show you. Now there is a text field. Inside this text field, what we will write? Inside this button, because we wanted to disable the button. When the text enter, the button will be enabled, otherwise it will be disabled. So just write di disabled text according to the text, which is this text. If the text enter, it will be enabled, otherwise it will be disabled. So let's see. Yes, nothing, I can do anything when I enter a. So add. Now it's working. Now what we wanted to use, some material UI icons. Come here, just going to and write material UI icons. Enter. This is the first link of icons. What we want an add icon. So outline, there it is, the add icon. Copy paste, copy it, go into your project, then import it. Copy this icon, come here into add. There is the icon. Place it on this side. Yes. So now let's see. There is the icon. Now we want another thing, one more icon, two more icons. Update icon. Copy this field, go here, paste it. Now just copy this update icon, inside this button, paste it, update icon. Now we also want a delete icon. copy it, boy. Come here, just paste it, the outline icon, copy here. Now let's see. It's loading. Wow. Now additional thing we want, we also wanted to show this icon in here, delete all. Okay. Now we want to give some space between these two. Here it is just like NBSP, which is non-breaking space. Here, in here, here update, and here. Now it's good. And also in here, after this paragraph. So wow, the Todo app is created. A fully functional Todo app of all the functionalities. Now if I want, when I click on delete all, it will give me a pop-up. Do you want to delete all? So what will I just do? Here this is delete all. So I want to show a pop-up of delete all. Just remove it. Best. So if the delete function is called, show an alert of are you sure you want to delete all to-dos, then set to-dos to this. If this function calls, set show alert and then do this. Else if cancel, then show the operation is cancelled and there is an emoji of cancel. Now delete all. Are you sure? Okay, all are deleted. Now what I want, just copy paste this. I also wanted to modify these codes. I don't want my to-do to be, means when I update it, it will just, yep. If we enter our updated to do inside this, then if this is true, which we enter, then set this our to do to this, which is the same the previous one, then this, then console.log. No, we don't want console.log right now. Just keep it so simple. If we press inside the modify, then this will be triggered, else update is cancelled. Simple. Come inside, reload. Now our next tutorial will be on how to connect this to-do app with Firebase and Firebase CRUD operations. Now let's check it. That's to-do created. Just add it. Wow, updated. If this is cancelled, it shows update is cancelled. Okay, again update. Congrats. press OK. Here is the congrats. Now press delete. It's deleted. Now press delete. Deleted. Now delete all. Are you sure you want to delete all? Okay. So this is it, guys. This is the To-Do app with React.js, and in the next lecture I will show you how to connect this To-Do app with Firebase Firestore. So thanks for watching and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.